Who truly are the angels? This question sparks an eternal fascination with these celestial entities that permeate both religious traditions and cultural imagination. The Bible introduces us to angels as real spiritual beings, not mere mythological figures, endowed with personalities and capable of influencing the physical world. Hebrews 1:14. Are they not all ministering spirits, sent out to serve for the sake of those who are to inherit salvation? This passage reflects the concept that angels are sent by God, acting as messengers and protectors of humanity. Their presence and action throughout the Scriptures are undeniable, with over 250 mentions playing crucial roles in guiding, protecting, and executing divine plans. For instance, an angel intervenes to stop Abraham from sacrificing his son Isaac, showcasing not just their reality, but also their ability to intervene at critical moments in human history. Genesis 22:11-12. Furthermore, angels are distinct from demons in their essence and mission. While they faithfully serve God, demons seek to subvert His will. This distinction underscores the benevolent and just nature of angels, aligned with the divine purpose of benevolence and protection. Thus, angels are an integral part of biblical cosmology, serving as a reminder of God's ongoing presence and care for creation. How does the Bible describe the presence and action of angels in the history of salvation? Angels are mentioned numerous times in the Scriptures, highlighting their essential role in divine intercession throughout human history. In Genesis 22:11-12, an angel of the Lord calls out to Abraham from heaven, preventing him from sacrificing his son Isaac, illustrating the role of angels as messengers of critical divine interventions. The angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, "Abraham, Abraham," and he said, "Here I am." And he said, "Do not lay your hand on the boy or do anything to him, for now I know that you fear God, seeing you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me." Similarly, in Genesis 28:12, Jacob dreams of a ladder reaching to heaven, with God's angels ascending and descending on it, symbolizing the continuous connection between heaven and earth, and God's active presence in the lives of the patriarchs. Moses also encounters angels. In Exodus 3:2, an angel of the Lord appears to him in flames of fire from within a bush, marking the beginning of Moses' mission to free the Israelites from Egypt. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. These events highlight angels as agents of God's will, offering protection, messages, and guidance to those chosen by God. They not only attest to the reality of angels as active spiritual beings, but also reinforce the notion that God intervenes in human history in profound and personal ways through these celestial beings. What are the unique characteristics and capabilities of angels as described in the Bible? Angels, though invisible to the human eye, play significant roles in earthly and heavenly events. They are known for their deep observation of human affairs and their powerful interventions, acting as messengers and warriors for God. For instance, Hebrews 1:14 asks, "Are they not all ministering spirits sent out to serve for the sake of those who are to inherit salvation?" This emphasizes their spiritual nature and mission of assistance to the faithful, demonstrating that, though invisible, they have a tangible impact on people's lives. The invincibility of angels is illustrated in the passage from 2 Kings 19:35, where it is reported that an angel of the Lord annihilated 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in a single night, protecting the city of Jerusalem from an imminent invasion. That night the angel of the Lord went out and put to death 185,000 in the Assyrian camp. When the people got up the next morning, there were all the dead bodies. These biblical accounts highlight the extraordinary capacity of angels to exert physical influence in the world, fulfilling divine commands with power beyond human comprehension. They are, therefore, divine beings endowed with supernatural abilities, serving God's purposes while remaining invisible to mortal eyes, a truth that inspires both reverence and wonder in the hearts of the faithful. How do angels differ from demons in the Scriptures, especially in terms of strength? Both are spiritual beings, but they occupy opposite positions on the moral and spiritual spectrum. Angels are faithful servants of God, distinguished by their strength and unwavering loyalty, while demons, led by Satan, rebel against the divine order. A passage that illustrates the superiority of angels in strength is found in Jude 1:9, where the archangel Michael, disputing with the devil over the body of Moses, did not dare to bring a slanderous judgment against him, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." This not only highlights the strength of angels, but also their submission to God's authority, unlike demons who seek to subvert the divine order. Another significant reference is 2 Peter 2:11, which states, "Yet even angels, although they are stronger and more powerful, do not bring slanderous accusations against them before the Lord." This passage underscores the superior strength of angels compared to demons and their exemplary behavior of not resorting to frivolous accusations, even though they possess the authority and power to do so. These quotes reveal the fundamental distinction between angels and demons. Angels exercise their strength under the direction of God, with reverence for His will and order. In contrast, demons act against divine purposes. The strength of angels, therefore, is not merely physical, but also moral and spiritual, reflecting their role as messengers and warriors of divine justice. Addressing the theme celestial battle and the iconic fight between the archangel Michael and Satan as described in the Bible, we will include relevant quotations to illustrate this spiritual narrative. What is the significance of the celestial battle between the archangel Michael and Satan in the Scriptures? This confrontation symbolizes the eternal struggle between good and evil, highlighting the victory of divine justice over rebellions against God. Revelation, Apocalypse 12:7-9 details this dramatic event. "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But the dragon was not strong enough, and no longer was any place found for them in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth and his angels with him." This passage not only narrates the cosmic conflict, but also reveals the outcome: the definitive defeat of Satan and his followers, emphasizing the authority and power of God's faithful angels, led by the archangel Michael. The episode underlines Michael's role as protector and leader of the heavenly forces, facing the forces of evil to maintain order and justice in the universe. This battle is not just an isolated event. It represents the continual resistance of the heavenly kingdom against the forces of evil and the assurance that good will prevail. The figure of Michael, whose name means "who is like God," symbolizes the uncontested sovereignty of God and the fidelity of His celestial servants, assuring the faithful that, despite the battles faced on earth, the final victory belongs to light over darkness. The biblical tradition and theological writings reveal a fascinating structure where angels are divided into various orders or choirs. While most references in the Bible deal with regular angels, celestial beings serving as God's messengers and guardians of humanity, there are indications of a rich tapestry of roles and responsibilities. An example of this is Jesus' mention of the possibility of calling more than 12 legions of angels for His defense in Matthew 26:53, illustrating not just the vast number of angels at divine disposal, but also suggesting a military organization with legions, implying hierarchy and order. This hierarchical structure is more thoroughly explored by theologians, but the Scriptures offer glimpses that confirm the existence of different categories of angels, each with specific roles in carrying out God's will. The regular angels are, therefore, part of an ordered celestial system, performing vital tasks in maintaining the divine order and assisting humans on their spiritual journey. The cherubim are introduced in the Scriptures as guardians of the Garden of Eden after the fall of man. Genesis 3:24 states, "He drove out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden He placed the cherubim and a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life." This passage highlights not only the holiness attributed to the cherubim, but also their function of protection and direct service under God's command. Beyond guardians, cherubim are often associated with the presence of God, symbolizing His holiness and power. They adorn the Ark of the Covenant, as described in Exodus 25:18-22, where God instructs Moses to make 2 cherubim of gold for the cover of the Ark, suggesting they play a vital role in worship and in manifesting divine glory. The presence of the cherubim in the biblical narrative, from guarding Eden to adorning the Ark, underscores their elevated status among celestial beings, acting as close servants of God and executors of His will. The seraphim are vividly described in Isaiah 6, 2, 3, where the prophet has a vision of God's throne. Seraphim stood above him, each had 6 wings, with 2 he covered his face, with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew. And one called to another and said, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory." This description not only highlights the extraordinary presence of the seraphim, but also their central role in extolling the holiness of God. The mention of their 6 wings and the repetition of the term holy emphasize their purity and divine power, while their ceaseless activity of praise reflects their eternal dedication to the service of God. Through Isaiah's account, the seraphim are presented as sublime examples of celestial worship, embodying the fire and passion for the holiness and majesty of God. Revelation 4:8 offers a detailed description. Each of the 4 living creatures had 6 wings and was covered with eyes all around, even under its wings. Day and night they never stop saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come." This passage reveals not only the constant worship of these beings to the holiness of God, but also their vigilance and comprehensive awareness. Beyond worship, the 4 living creatures play an active role in eschatological events, as seen in Revelation 6, where they introduce the judgments of the first 4 seals. This duality of functions underlines the complexity of the divine purposes they serve, symbolizing God's omnipresence and omniscience, as well as His justice and mercy. Through their representation in Revelation, the 4 living creatures emphasize the magnitude and sovereignty of the Creator over creation. Daniel 12:1 offers a powerful vision of their role. "At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise." This verse highlights Michael as a divine protector, evidencing his importance and strength in defending God's chosen people. Furthermore, in Jude 1:9, we see Michael's authority in confronting evil. But even the archangel Michael, when he was disputing with the devil about the body of Moses, did not himself dare to condemn him for slander, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." This quote illustrates Michael's power and prudence in his spiritual battles, emphasizing his unique position as the leader of God's angels and his critical role in combating the forces of darkness. Michael, as the only archangel explicitly mentioned in the scriptures, symbolizes celestial leadership and divine intervention against evil, reaffirming God's constant and protective presence among His people. Luke 1:19 provides a clear insight into Gabriel's role. "I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to tell you this good news." This passage, where Gabriel announces the birth of John the Baptist to Zechariah, highlights Gabriel's importance as the bearer of messages of great spiritual and historical significance. Gabriel also serves as the messenger in the announcement of Jesus' birth, speaking to Mary in Luke 1:26-31. "You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus." These words not only affirm Gabriel's role as a divine messenger, but also his direct involvement in pivotal events for the Christian faith. Through these interactions, Gabriel emerges as a symbol of communication between the divine and the human, emphasizing God's accessible nature and His desire to reveal His will and purpose to His faithful. The transformation of Lucifer is mentioned in Isaiah 14:12-15, where he is described as morning star, son of the dawn, who fell from heaven for wanting to make himself like God. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn! You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. This passage, often interpreted as a reference to Lucifer, illustrates his fall and the origin of his enmity against God and creation. Although the name Lucifer is traditionally used, the Bible refers to him more directly as Satan after his fall, meaning adversary or accuser. Lucifer, in essence, symbolizes rebellion against divine authority and the consequent exile and punishment. His story serves as a somber reminder of the power of pride and rebellion, and the eternal conflict between good and evil in the spiritual realm. The Watchers are mentioned in the book of Daniel, a text that contains influences from Babylonian culture and religion. Daniel 4:13-17 offers a glimpse of these beings. In the visions of my head as I lay in bed, I saw, and behold, a watcher, a holy one, came down from heaven. The sentence is by the decree of the watchers, the decision by the word of the holy ones. This passage suggests that watchers play an observational and possibly judgmental role, acting as messengers of divine decrees. While less detailed than the major categories of angels, these beings offer a fascinating perspective on the functional diversity and hierarchy within the spiritual realm. The inclusion of holy ones and watchers in the biblical narrative highlights the complexity of angelological thought and the way different traditions and cultures can influence and enrich the understanding of celestial beings. One of the most evident roles of angels is that of divine messengers. Luke 1:26-38 recounts the angel Gabriel announcing the birth of Jesus to Mary, exemplifying how angels communicate God's intentions and plans to humanity. In the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you who are highly favored, the Lord is with you." Angels also act as protectors and guardians of the faithful. In Psalm 91:11-12, it's promised that God will command his angels to guard you in all your ways. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. Angels often execute God's judgments and assist in the fulfillment of his divine plans. In 2 Kings 19:35, an angel of the Lord is described decimating the Assyrian army, protecting Jerusalem from invasion. That night the angel of the Lord went out and put to death 185,000 in the Assyrian camp. When the people got up the next morning, there were all the dead bodies. Angels are continually in worship of God, as seen in Isaiah 6:2-3, with the seraphim proclaiming the holiness of God. This continuous worship reflects the angels' commitment to the glory of God, serving as a model for devotion and reverence. Angels often guide and instruct people on paths of righteousness and truth. In the book of Acts 8:26-29, an angel of the Lord instructs Philip to approach the Ethiopian eunuch, leading to his conversion. Go south to the road, the desert road, that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza. The Spirit told Philip, "Go to that chariot and stay near it." The ability of angels to reveal future events is clearly seen in the lives of the prophets and in the apocalyptic visions of John. Daniel 9:21-23 describes the angel Gabriel providing insight into the 70 weeks prophecy, demonstrating how angels play a crucial role in unveiling divine mysteries. As revealed in the scriptures, angels perform a myriad of functions ranging from communication and protection to worship and the execution of divine will. Their existence serves to reinforce God's closeness with his creation, acting as a link between the divine and the human. Through angelic service, we are reminded of God's sovereignty, the reality of the spiritual world, and the ongoing action of God in history and individual lives. Ultimately, angels reflect God's glory, demonstrating his love, justice, and mercy through their actions and presence among us. If you enjoyed this content, please share this message with others. Peace be with you.